In the previous session, we had seen how to create a splash screen in Android app, and in today's lesson, we will learn how to create and issue notifications in the Android app. So let's see what are the steps to create notifications in the Android app. So step one, we need to create an activity, and we can create a button inside the activity or an image button. So that once we click on the button, the notification is generated and issued. So let's go into the Android Studio. I am already having a project, and if you do not have a project, you can create a new project. As I'm already having a project named app here, so I'll use this project. And now I need to create an activity. For that, I'll right click on my project name. I'll go to the new and I'll choose activity, and from activities I'll choose an empty activity. To this activity I'll give the name notification. So I'll give the name notification, and for timing I'll create it as my launcher activity. We can change this from the launcher activity to a normal activity later from the Android manifest file. So currently I am selecting it as a launcher activity. So now let's create this file. We'll click on finish. We'll be using Java language with the Android Studio. So this is the notification.xml. First of all, I would like to add a button in this, so that just on click of the button, I will be able to create and issue the notification for the app. And as I have already told you, I prefer relative layout instead constraint layout. So I'll change this constraint layout to relative layout. Okay, inside this relative layout, I would be creating one button. I'll be using necessary attributes, width, height, and now I'll add some more attribute to this button. I'll use Android text. Inside the text, I would like to write click to issue notification. So this is the text for the button. Now I need to set the position using the layout. So I'll use Android center horizontal. Currently I would like to bring it in the center position. So I'll choose true. You can see it's center vertical. So I have chosen vertical first, and now I can choose horizontal. So I'll go and I'll choose central horizontal. So I'll choose central horizontal. You can also align this using the margin attributes. You can align it anywhere. So here you can see this is my button. Okay, now I want to specify the ID to this button, which will help me in accessing this XML component in my Java file. So I'll just give the ID as B1. So let me give it the ID as B1. Now I'll close this tab. So this is a button has been created into this notification.xml file. Now I'll go to the Java file and let me see notification.java. Notification.java. Now let's see what is the next step. So we have created an activity and we have created a button inside the activity. Now I would like to add an action in the Java file onto this button. So just to add action, first of all, we need to create the object of the button class. So I'll use button B1. Let me write button here, and you can see this we need to import this class. For that I'll just click Alt Enter, and you can see this is inside the importation section. So you can see android.widget.button, it's imported. And now I'll come inside the onCreate function, and I need to initialize the object button. So I'll use button is equal to button and then find view by ID. Find view by ID. So r.id.b1. We had just added the ID in the XML component. Okay, so this is how we connect the Java object with the XML component. Now I would like to add an action to this. We have already learned that how to add action to this. Now I'll simply add this action code here. So this is button dot set on click listener, in which I'll pass view dot on click listener, and then we'll override this on click function. Inside this on click function, I'll need to call my function for the notification. So let me define a function. Let me call a function here, then I'll define it downwards. So let's say issue notification. So I'm using a function which I have yet not defined. So now let me define this function. After this on create function, I need to define this issue notification function. So this is public void issue notification. So in the next step, we need to create a notification channel which will identify the type of notification. For that, we'll first create the object of the notification channel. So inside our function, we will be creating a notification channel, and I'll just press Alt Enter so that this class is imported, and then we have created a notification channel. Now we need to initialize the object, and we need to initialize the object passing three parameters. Just let me tell you what are these three parameters. You can see this is a M channel is equal to new notification channel with three parameters. Parameter 1 is the channel ID. It's 01 I have given. You can give anything. Channel, the second parameter is the name of the channel. So I have given notification as the name of the channel. And then third is the type of the channel. Here I have used the notification manager. Let me rewrite this for you. So we have taken notification manager class, and then we have taken the type of the notification. Here you can see importance low, default high, max, min. You can choose importance according to the requirement of your notification. I'll use importance low. So these are the three parameters to initialize the notification channel. And yes, we need to keep this inside the if block, which will check the OS version, because this channel creation is supported in the Android SDK more than 8.0. So if you are using an Android SDK or version of the Android 8.0 or more, then this channel creation is required. So we'll keep everything inside this if block, which is checking that your SDK version is higher than 8.0. So this is the next step, creating a notification channel. Then in the next step, we need to create the notification builder, which will actually build the notification. And so we'll just have the notification builder. Let me press the Alt Enter. So you can see we have used notification compat.builder class, and we're creating the builder object. In this, we have two parameters, the name of the current file and the channel ID. So remember, we have passed the channel ID 01 while creating the channel. The same channel ID is to be passed here in the notification builder, and this is how we build the notification. Now in the next step, we will set some properties to the notification. For example, we can set the small icon to the notification. we can set the content title, and we can set the content text. So these are the three basic properties that we need to set to a notification. So I'll show you while I'll issue the notification in the emulator. So let me set the properties. So you can see this was the builder class using the set small icon r.drawable. Now we need to see which file currently we are having in the drawable. I can take this IC launcher. We can also copy and paste any file in this, and we can set that as the notification icon. So currently I'll use IC launcher background as my small icon, and then in the content I can simply write notification alert. We can change it to anything, and then in the content text I've written this is my first notification in my app. We can change this text as well. So this is how we set the properties of our notification. In the next step, we need to create the intent, which will take us to the screen when we click on the notification from the notification bar. So this could be any screen, any activity which you want. I am already having a splash screen here, so I'll use this splash screen activity. You can also create a new activity and set it here in place of this splash screen. You can take any main activity. So this is for user to get onto this activity when the user clicks on the notification. So this is how we use the intent. We have already seen the use of the intent. Again, I had just pressed Alt Enter to import the intent class. In the next step, we need to use the pending intent, which actually will do the magic. Why? Because pending intent is responsible to create an intent and issue even when your app is not running. So it is for the future intents or for the future events when your app is not running. So pending intent is important for the notification, because generally we get a notification later on when our app is not in the running mode. So we are using pending intent. I have pressed Alt Enter to import the pending intent class. This pending intent class is having parameters, is having 3 parameters, 4 parameters actually. So this is the activity, current activity, this, and this is the request code. We'll pass 0 here, and then the notification intent. So this is the intent we had just created here to switch the screen. So this is the third parameter, and then we'll write the pending intent update current. Okay, so these are the 4 parameters that we are passing in the pending intent. Now let's see which is the next step. The next step, we will set this pending intent to the notification using the builder actually. So we need to set the content of the builder object. So we have already created this builder object. We have set some properties like small icons, with content text. Similarly, we'll also set content intent, which is the pending intent. So we'll pass this pending intent as a parameter. We had created one intent which is passed in the pending intent, and then this pending intent is passed as a parameter inside the set content intent method. And now we need to create the notification manager, which will actually be responsible to set the channel and issue the notification. So now we need to create the notification manager. So in the next step, we'll create the notification manager. Okay, so just press Alt Enter here, and this will get the system service, and later on this manager will be used actually to issue the notification. So this is how we have created the notification manager object. Now using the notification manager object, we need to set the notification channel, we had already created the notification channel with the name M channel. So we need to set this notification channel M channel using the manager, the notification manager, and the final step is to issue the notification using notify method of the manager class. So we'll use this notify method of the manager class. We'll pass the ID and then we'll use the builder object which will actually build the notification, and then the notification manager will actually issue the notification. So these were all the steps. Let me revise these steps very quickly before executing this. We had created a notification channel, then we had created a notification builder. We had set some properties of the notification and we had built the notification. Then we had used an intent class which is used to switch the screen when we click on the notification. Then we have used the pending intent which will act even when our app is not in the action mode, it's not running. Then we had used the notification manager and this class is used to set the channel and then issue the notification. So now let's execute this notification manager activity. First of all, I would like to open the device manager and this device is up and running. So we can simply have the device which is already running. So let me open this device. Okay, so now the device is already running the emulator. We had already seen how to install and run the emulator. Let me click this run app. We had already set this as a launcher activity. So this activity will appear first after the installation. So you can see our activity is appearing first after the installation, and this is the button we had just created and we had added the action to this button. Now let me click on this button and you can see in the top notification bar, I'll drop down and you can see this is the issued notification. We had set the text, we had set the title, as you can see, notification alert, and this is the text. This is my first notification in my app. Now if I click here on this, you can see if I click, the splash screen appears. The splash screen tutorial we had already seen in the previous session. So once we click on that, the splash screen appears. You can change this activity from this intent section. You can see where we are having this intent section in the code. To this intent section, we can change here the activity whichever you want to open once we click on the notification. So let me rerun once again this. So you can see this is the screen and this is the button we had just created to add the action, and once we'll click on this, you can see in the notification bar, this is the notification we had just generated, and this is the small icon we had just set for the notification using the builder object. You can see builder dot set small icon. So this is the small icon and this is the title. Here we can see notification and it's the text. So this is how we can create notification and issue the notification. If you face any problems, if you face any errors or anything, you can simply comment in the comment box and I'll try to help you out. So please post your queries in the comment box if you face any problems.